Hey there, welcome back. Today we are out and about in my fall garden. I'm trying out my new camera here. It's looking good. Today is kind of an overcast day. It's not too sunny. And here is Foxglove sniffing the flowers. We'll see if she tries to eat any. Marigolds are okay for dogs. And we'll see how this goes with me having her out and about with me. She may take more of my attention than will allow me to film. Most of these grasses and things she's okay with eating. It's okay if she eats a little grass. Oh, are you gonna lay down there and be a little camera-friendly hound? She's just chewing on some grass. Let me see if there's any. Oh yeah, a little bit of wood chip there. That's okay. A little bit of dog crunching for the camera. Let me see. Yeah, sometimes I just kind of gotta get a little something. Yeah, that's just wood. Wood is okay. So anyway, while Foxy is here doing her dog chomping, and that's a bee balm. That's okay for dogs too. I've had to look up like every flower in my yard, and this is little jewel weed. It's just a weed that grows in the lawn with these little pretty pink flowers. They're very pretty. So I just wanted to come out today and show you a few things. See if Foxy will come with me. A few things that are still going strong in my garden. Okay, I had to do some puppy reconfiguring here, but this is lamb's ear, which is beautiful and very fuzzy. It's got a very fuzzy texture. There's a little spider frolicking around in it. And it does send up these stalks, which get pink flowers on them. This one has not flowered yet. The flowers may be mostly gone for the season. Some of them have already flowered. But look at this beautiful silvery color that it has. And you can even hear the rustling of the lamb's ear. I feel like this video quality is very nice on my camera. Haven't done any inside videos yet with this new phone, but we will get there. And then we can move over to the marigolds. There are some cars going by on the road up above my house, and I don't know how much the audio on this phone will pick them up. This is very experimental. But all these marigolds here in this giant clump came from 2 little marigold plants. Like when you get a 6-pack, it was just 2 of the little tiny ones that didn't even flower, that were just tiny little plants. Planted one in that area and one in that area. And then now they've become this whole giant marigold bush. And then up behind this, we have my yuccas, which I dug up and separated in the spring and literally cut back to like nothing. And I was like, oh, they probably won't come back until next year. But they're having this beautiful fall resurgence. And then this is pink phlox in the background here, which is almost finished, but it's still got a few flowers on it. And I kind of like that look of the fall garden when some things are starting to die back. And, you know, even after they flowered and the blooms are gone, they're still kind of pretty in this after form. And then here's a juniper bush down here with a little mushroom ornament in it that's seen better days. But this is what things are looking like. here in front. Oh, got a little wobbly there in front of my house right now. And these are my giant clumps of black-eyed Susan, which Foxy also likes to explore. I kind of wish I'd gotten these a little sooner because a lot of the blooms are past. You can see the other one over there. And I'm getting a little wobbly now because Foxy is pulling on me. We haven't gotten her quite to the point yet where she can be completely off leash in the yard. She's helping me with grooming these. Black-eyed Susans are another plant that is okay for dogs. I won't let her eat too much of it. She doesn't really eat the plants. She just kind of chews on them and spits them out, so that's a good thing. We won't let her go too wild there, but these black-eyed Susans have just been going strong for so much of the summer, and it's the very last week in September when I'm filming this, and I just wanted you to see how much is still going and how much beauty there still is here to behold. And it kind of looks neat. Even the ones that have dropped their blooms, I think, still look really cool and make a nice little variety in the landscape here. Giant black-eyed Susan clump, which came from another one tiny little clump that we transplanted here years ago. And now it's giganormous. And these are the big frondy Japanese grasses that we have. They grow very tall and get these long fronds on them in the fall. And most of these grasses got really beaten down in some storms and some hail that we had earlier in the year, so we don't have as many of them as usual, but there are a few here showing their beautiful fronds. My camera's trying to decide what to focus on. Again, this is very experimental. Down here we have this giant Arborvitaes bush, I believe that's how you say that, which Foxglove likes to dive into. And these are some lamb's ear that have passed. You can see these tall flower stalks that they had with pink flowers on them that have now passed, but they still have this cool texture and are very beautiful as a fall feature in the garden. And now this is just true, uncensored, not fit for social media, how my garden actually looks at this point in the fall. Look how overgrown everything is, but at this point we just kind of let things do their thing. There's some snow on the mountain over here. These are the remains of iris stalks. My rose bush over here. And would you believe there are some irises still blooming? We'll go over and see those. Should we go now, Foxy? Okay. Still got Foxy here with me. She's doing really great. She might try to eat the daylily stalks here, but look at these irises that are still blooming here at the end of September, kind of in a non-traditional way, down low to the ground here. And we've got daylily stalks. There's a mullein stalk that has been spent and is looking kind of spooky and cool, and a really good right angle there. You can see my herb garden out in the distance there. This is where my tiny watermelon was growing. And our swing out here, there's some more stalks. And then you can see this is a bucket that we use for weeds, to collect weeds in, and Foxglove has been loving playing with that bucket. She grabs onto the rope and pulls it around the yard, so I'm training her to help me weed. Let's see, there's some stones over there where we're trying to, I'm gonna have to keep Foxy out of the grass here for a moment. Pardon me, might have to take a pause here. Okay, I got Foxy out of the grass, this grass, the tall grass, which is kind of sharp, so I didn't really want her to chew it. Now she's just laying back down in the regular grass again. Hi, Sweetie Pie. You're doing so good. But here's a close-up of those fronds on the Japanese grass, which are very beautiful. Wow, they look really glittery and shiny in this light. Oh, I know, they're so tempting. Okay, we're gonna have to move on from these, I think. Okay, now we're up on our porch, on the cheeses. And Foxy likes to sit here and look out over into the little strip of woods between our house and our neighbor's house and watch the chipmunks. So she's doing that now. And you can see, there she is. She's got her rope toy here if she needs to chew. And you can see all these beautiful hostas that are still growing up along here. And this is my beautiful Begonia, which is looking a little scraggly, but is still quite gorgeous at this late September point. It's kind of started to cascade down here, but is still as gorgeous and deep red as ever. I love this begonia. It has two different kinds of blooms, this kind with the little yellow centers and the double frilly ones. It is so gorgeous. I have enjoyed this the entire season. Such a treat. Okay, here we are back in the garden. I ended up having to take a little break there. I had to take Foxy inside and wait until later when I could come back out here without her, when Justin could be keeping an eye on her, so I could finish showing you things. These are my Baptisia, and you can see the leaves here, and in their prime, these have long, beautiful purple flowers. And then after the flowers fade, they develop these cool seed pods. Aren't they neat? And I have used these actually in videos before because, oop, that one doesn't have any seeds left. Let me see if I can find one. Nope, nope. Maybe the seeds have all fallen out of them. Before the seeds have fallen out and reseeded themselves, they make rattly sounds. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I guess there's none left. I've waited too long. There's my hummingbird. All of these seem to be already, oh, there's a little bit, but they've lost their seeds. Well, I'll link to a video where I have done Baptisia rattling before so that you can hear it. There's a little bit. Oh my goodness, this video is turning out to be so random. But they're still really beautiful. And you can see the beauty of the leaves here and how cool they look even long after they have finished flowering in these seed pods, even if they're not that rattly, are really beautiful and really cool. Maybe I can crumple them a little bit for you. Crumple, crumple, crumple. Okay, let's see. Well, I can go back over here. Let me see. Okay, we'll go back over here to the tall grasses that we were looking at before Foxy leapt into them. So I'll give you another look at these beautiful fronds. They are very, very gorgeous. The lighting out here right now is really neat because it is pretty overcast. I feel like it's giving everything this like cool autumnal glow. But I wanted you to see the beauty of these fronds on the Japanese grass. They're like sparklers. Doesn't that kind of remind you of a sparkler or a firework? They're quite beautiful. And then just a couple more things up here on my porch and my deck. These are my Impatiens, which are still going strong. I love Impatiens. I get them every year. And these are just still so amazingly bright and colorful. They're in this spot here on my deck where they're getting some sun but some shade, and they've really liked that. I planted them in with these polka dot plants, which were tiny, tiny when I got them, and they have just grown huge and beautiful. So these are another one of those things. Look at these speckly leaves. They're so neat. The white and green, and then the pink and green. And you can see some of the fallen leaves in the background there. These just stay so bright and beautiful well into the fall season. And then back here, we're next to my grill here, is a begonia, another begonia, and this is one I will take inside. I've had it inside in the winter for a few years. I'll probably try taking that other one in this year too. That's a new one, but it's doing so beautifully. I'm sure it will probably last. But look at these Impatiens. Look at this beautiful, bright hue. And this fuchsia over here. They are just really very striking, I think. And this is kind of a wild little pot I have here with a few late season Snapdragons, which are doing well. They're looking beautiful. They have these sort of buttery centers. They're lovely. These are the ones that you can make talk if you can get them to do it. They say, "Hello, I am a Snapdragon." I always try to do that every year. Justin's better at it than I am. You can make them into a little puppet. But there's a couple of those that are making a late season showing here. And then we have my Portulaca, which are also known as moss roses. And they are still quite vibrant. I love them. These fuchsias and oranges and some pinks here. So they're still making a nice showing into the fall. And then I don't even know what this is growing over here. I think it's some kind of weed, but I like the foliage, so I'm letting it fill out this pot for the moment. You can see the leaves in the background. Down there's we had a campfire the other night. You can see our fire pit and our chairs where we had a campfire. And then I'll bring you over here to this large planter, which has an amazing bevy of herbs in it. Look at this thyme. This is lemon thyme, which has just done amazingly well. I've been harvesting it all season. I planted this from a little starter pot I bought at our CSA farm. And so very soon I am going to harvest everything that's left of this so I can dry it to use for the winter. And then here we have this beautiful rosemary. It's absolutely gorgeous and so fragrant and beautiful. And it is doing really well too. There's a bit of basil left. It's almost past, but I've still been harvesting it from it almost every day and putting it on whatever I'm eating. And then just a few little tomatoes here left on our cherry tomato plant. We'll see if these ones ripen up, but they're quite beautiful. And then one marigold I stuck in here. I had dill in this section earlier, but it has already died out, so I stuck an extra marigold in there. And it's kind of bringing a little color. And then over here I have some catnip, which is still doing well, and I planted some of that in the ground as well because it should come back next year. We've got some tarragon, some oregano, some more catnip, which was just sort of volunteer over here. A few moss roses. These ones are a little more past. And then this beautiful geranium. This beautiful foliage geranium has these lovely multicolored leaves and these pink blossoms. So I think this is everything that I wanted to show you outside. I just really, this summer, because I had a lot going on, did not keep up with my garden tours for you like I have in past years. So you can always go back and look at my past garden tours, which show you everything that comes into bloom throughout the summer. But I did want to sneak in one more little showing and to let you know that even though it's almost October, the garden is still alive and well. It's just different, but it's still quite gorgeous. And I love this foliage geranium. Look at this one particular leaf. Isn't that gorgeous? They look like little roulette wheels. They're so unique and colorful. I really love geraniums, so I will take this inside as well for the winter and see if I can keep it as a house plant, because geraniums usually do pretty well that way. So we will see. And here's Miss Foxy, back in the house later, feeling a little more calm. So she just wanted to say goodbye to you. I wanted you to get to see her one more time, because she is such a sweetie. She's doing great. Oh yeah, she needs something to chew on. She needs something to chew on. Where's your chewy? So thank you for joining us for this combination garden tour puppy time video. Kind of fun and random. I hope you're having a beautiful autumn so far. It's just getting started, and I hope you have lots of beautiful adventures and also lots of cozy rest to come. So Foxy and I say, take good care of yourself, rest well, like a puppy when they rest. She plays very hard and she naps very hard. Rest well, and we'll see you again soon. Happy fall.